Not to mention, we have people who have no powers. As a fan, I want to see it. What's poppin', y'all? Welcome to another episode of Rock Pop Superheroes. I'm your ringmaster and host, Rock Blackwell. And on this episode, we're talking about the Defenders and the Avengers in the same movie. In a recent interview, the Russo Brothers, the director of Captain America the Winter Soldier, as well as Captain America Civil War, and the next two Avengers movies, were asked who are they going to be using for Avengers Infinity War. Previously, they had been saying, we're not really trying to use a whole bunch of new characters. We want to focus on the characters that we have and let them do battle with the big purple guy in the floaty chair. But in this recent interview, they did say we're leaving all types of options open. Internet started buzzing, saying that this means that the Netflix Defenders and possibly even the ABC Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. characters are going to show up possibly in Avengers Infinity War. I want to give a few responses to that. Number one, I think it'd be easier to see the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. characters in there than it would the Defender characters. That means the Marvel Netflix characters like Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Punisher, Jessica Jones. The reason I say that is because the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. characters are born out of the Avengers movies. Agent Coulson, S.H.I.E.L.D., especially since we've already had characters from the movies like Lady Sif, like Nick Fury on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But they do acknowledge over in the Netflix world that they live in the same world, that they inhabit the same world as these other characters in the MCU. So I think it would be straight up dope if we could do it. I don't know that it can happen because the tone is so different between the MCU and the Netflix characters. I mean, it's so dark and so gritty and so uber ultra violent. The way that these characters would interact with those characters, I don't know that it's going to be able to work. But you know what? As a fan, I want to see it. I also don't think it would be good to just let the Netflix characters exist in a world where Thanos has an infinity gauntlet that could change the fabric of reality. And these characters, not at all, have anything to do with it. I mean, you gotta give them a cameo. There's gotta be something. It can't just be a reverb down in Harlem when this guy could be destroying the fabric of the universe. Not to mention, we have people like Black Widow and Hawkeye and Nick Fury and Agent Coulson who have no powers, right? Luke Cage is invulnerable with super strength. Jessica Jones can fly, or at least jump really high, with super strength. Daredevil is kinda like Spider-Man. Not as strong, not as durable, but he's a lower grade Spider-Man. He could do some damage against some Chitauri if you let them loose on the earth. Danny Rand, Iron Fist, he's got mystical powers. And if Hawkeye can fight with a bow and arrow, certainly Punisher can wreck some serious shop with his arsenal. Like I said, I think it might be difficult to do it because the tone is so different, yet at the same time, I would want to see some kind of crossover just because they all are there and this is an Infinity War. Bring them in on some level. But hey, you know what? I'm not the one who gets paid to make movies. They know what they're doing. Marvel's been knocking it out of the park, and Civil War has been the best superhero movie, in my opinion, to date. But you guys may see it differently. So tell me, what do you think? Do you want to see the Defenders in Infinity War? What about Ghost Rider and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Do you think that these characters should be left to their own universes and just deal with the characters that we already have? Whatever you think, holla at your boy in the comments. As always, thank you for watching this episode of Rock Pops. Be sure to click like and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, keep it poppin'. Peace.